Okay, hello there, and I'm so sorry. I want to apologize because I hadn't uploaded any videos to my YouTube channel. But firstly, welcome again. Thank you for joining me in another video in PabloRamos Art. My name, as you already know, some of you, is Pablo Ramos, and I'm from Mexico. And now, today, I want to work on this video because I have seen that my videos, the ones that people used to watch the most, is the ones related to tutorials, and I don't know if I can teach you a lot about Procreate and that stuff, but maybe about drawing. Well, there are many other YouTube channels related to that, and we have awesome artists over there. But this is my try to share a little bit of what I know. So what we're going to do today is how to draw facial features, but one by one, trying to explain how I build them up and how I add the lights and shadows and all that stuff. And I hope this video doesn't take too long. Okay, so now I'm gonna start with the eyes. And for drawing the eyes, I always try to find a good reference. As you saw, I just have my background in a peach color, and you can use it in any color you want. And I'm going to use kind of a square shape just to find the borders or the limits I want to use. And so I want to transform this box into an eye. I want to draw a female's eye because I like them. I mean, women are beautiful and they have beautiful eyes and very expressive, so that's what I want to do. I'm just trying to define the shape. Okay, this is not going to be realistic. This is just going to be kind of cartoony, or yeah, something more stylized. And I hope I can do this because it's kind of difficult to explain. At the same time, I'm drawing, okay? But I think I have it here. Something like this. Okay, and I'm going to add the iris. And I'm going to erase all those traces that I think they don't look pretty good in here. Trying to make this look neat and clear and clean, so we have like a good example of an eye. Okay, more or less. So now what I'm going to do is adding the lashes. I like them very, very large. And sometimes I like to add this kind of curtain that is made by very thick lashes, and I like how it looks. And also this side, but this side lashes are shorter than the ones that we have in the outer part of the eye. Also, we have this border in here below the eye that belongs to the lower lid, and the eyelashes in this part start from the inside the border. They are not here, no. You can do it as a matter of style, but the lashes in this part start in the border, inside the border. Not here, not here, in here. Okay, I'm still working in the same layer, so I haven't added any new layers, and I think I can start now adding new layers. I'm going to add a new layer below my sketch layer, and I'm gonna start by coloring. Commonly I like to use a blue color, pretty desaturated, going to the gray part, almost in the middle, and covering all the eyeball. Why? Because eyes aren't completely white, they are kind of gray. They could be pure, I mean very light gray, almost white, but not pure white. Okay, and I'm going to choose another color, maybe something more, I don't know about you, but I love orange color. I don't know why. And I'm going to color in here. Okay, there we have it. Now I'm going to add another layer. I can alpha lock this one, and this layer I can go for a clipping mask, and I turn it to luminosity, I think it is in English. Well, it is the last category. Okay, so I'm gonna choose any color. I could choose a purple color, kind of dark, and I'm going to color just the upper part in here. What it does is creating a shadow. If you pay attention, where it is gray, it is a darker gray. There, now we have dark gray. And where it is orange, now it turned to a kind of brown, very light brown. And also I can take advantage of this in order to create the pupil. Something like this. Okay. So now, well, I think I can make it bigger. Yeah, something like that. Right. So now I'm going to add another layer below the luminosity layer, and this one I'm going to turn it to soft light, and I'm going to choose a color, maybe a yellow one, pretty desaturated, almost white, and I'm going to create some lights in the lower part of the eye. And maybe I can add some of this color here in the border, because the border, I'm going to turn it completely white now. The border is, oh, I know what is happening. I'm going to take off the mask. I was telling you the border is pretty wet and kind of greasy, and it shines. It is lighter than the rest of the skin. So now I'm going to continue. I'm gonna come over here, and also the alpha, no, sorry, the clipping mask is out. And I'm going to choose again my purple color, something more over here. I'm going to make my brush size bigger, and also I'm going to trace kind of a box shape, like over here more or less. Yeah, something like that. And here where the upper eyelid touches the lower part of the brow bone, I'm going to make it darker. Remember, shadows are recessive. It means whatever is in shadow means that it is more to the back. It is behind something. Okay, it goes more to the back, something like this. And also I'm going to take advantage to have a little shadow over here. If you want, you can smooth it out if you think the traces are so obvious, and also you can erase some parts that maybe you want them to be more clear, because you have some lights in there. Commonly we have some light in here, and I'm going to add it right now. Yeah, another thing I can do is to add a new layer, normal layer, and go for the white color. And this one, I think I'm gonna take it over my sketch layer and add some highlights. but I don't want this to interrupt the lashes line. And I'm going to make it smaller. And I'm going to have a bigger one this side. I think I'm gonna add some kind of pink color, a little bit dark, in this part. All right, I'm going to go for orange color, and in here you can find some brown colors, and I'm going to try to have an eyebrow. And remember, eraser is not only for erasing, also for drawing, so it allows you to improve the lines. So if you think that eyebrow was too bold in the ending part, you can sharpen it a little bit. And also below all of this, I can use another mask, another layer, and I'm going to have it in overlay, and maybe I'm gonna use some orange too, but in order to apply some kind of makeup. Okay, and over my base color I'm gonna have another color, another layer, and this one is gonna be also in overlay but in pure black. This one is gonna enhance the colors we have there. So if you can see, this one is turning kind of red, so I'm going to use it just in here. And I'm going to use another layer, normal layer with black. What's happening? Something's happening and I don't know what it is. Let's see. Okay, something like that. And now I can work in this one. No, you know what? I don't like it. Not this one, no, this one. Let's see what happens. No, it looks gray. Okay. Maybe if I put it over here, Yeah. The blending mode, sometimes they play tricks, so we have to pay attention to what we are doing. All right. So the good part of this is that we can take the base color and we can go for adjustments, and this first option we can move, and as you can see it changes the color. The gray part doesn't is not affected, okay, just the iris. And I think I'm gonna leave this over here, maybe a little bit more saturated. No, it doesn't look nice. Something like this. All right, there we have our eye. So in order to, I'm going to copy the background color and I'm going to add another layer. I'm going to put it below here and fill into it. So now I can expand my eye, make it bigger so you can see it easier. Okay, there we have our eye. So now I'm going to continue with the nose. Noses are a little bit difficult, but what I used to do is something like this. First of all, I trace again a box, something like this. It doesn't have to be perfect, and I trace 2 lines that goes to the center of the nose. I mean, that's their direction, but they don't meet in the center, okay? This is it. I'm going to erase this and do it again. Okay, in here I'm going to add the nostrils. Something like this. And the same in the other side. Okay, another thing is the bridge of the nose. Something like this. And now I'm gonna define a little bit where my shadows go. And it's gonna be something like this. More or less. And the same thing, erase everything you don't need. This line in here, we don't need it. Let's try to have everything as clean as we can. Anyway, also the lines I'm leaving here, some of them they are going to disappear because nose has to appear like sculpted over the face, you know. It's like yeah, no borders, no no outline. So this is just a base for us to work. And yeah, something like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna start with a layer below this, and I'm going to use the last category of my layer modes, again with my purple color, and I'm going to create some shadows. In here, something like this. And my shadows below the nose. I want to go little by little, being kind of subtle in this step, because I don't want to turn it pretty dark just in the beginning. Something like that. And remember to smooth it out if you consider it will help. Alright, so another thing I'm gonna do is to add another layer with soft light, and I'm going to go for a pure white, and I'm going to add some lights. Those are only details. I mean, doesn't have to be geometric. I mean, you don't have to repeat everything you have in one side in the other side. It's just a detail. It's just for you to have kind of a guide. All right. And also we're going to have some very subtle lights in this part. Okay, so if I cancel, okay, there we can see some nose shape, but what I'm missing is this. Also, you don't have to respect completely your sketch. You can change a little bit your trace. Okay, something like that. All right, but now I'm going to take this color and I'm going to turn it somehow darker and a little bit more reddish. And I'm going to apply it in here. Here a little bit. Maybe a bit darker, just to go to the parts where we don't have any light. Okay, so now I'm going to create a new layer, and now I'm going to use pure white again, and now yes, I'm going to try to kind of replicate what I have in one side, have it in the other side. Okay, something like that. And I'm going to create a big one in here, because it is the part where you can touch the bone of the nasal bone, and some reflections, weird reflections in here. Also, between these layers, I'm going to create a new one in overlay mode, and I'm going to use a red color, kind of pink color, and do something like this. Maybe I can make it darker. And put it in here. let's go for the filter. Something like that. And now I can't, not yet. Oh, I know what I'm missing. Okay, I'm creating another layer in here. I copy the background color and I just fill in the layer. And now I can blend all the layers and smooth some parts that I don't like that much. How about some freckles? I'm going to take this color and create some freckles. I'm going to duplicate this one and move it, and maybe merge them together and duplicate again and make it smaller, and maybe with a selection I can move them over here and the same in here. And I think all of this could be darker, so I'm going to add a new layer, an overlay mode, and you know what it does. Okay, there you go. There we have our nose. And also blend this together. Merge it. Why am I saying blend? Well, you get the idea. Okay, so now let's go for the lips. I like juicy lips, you know, kind of big lips. So for this I'm drawing a line, something like that, and I'm going to draw some curve over it. And also I can take it a little bit below the line. And now I put it like this. And I create another curve below. And erase what you don't need. Anyway, we haven't finished sketching. This is pretty rough, so we need to make some corrections. Something like that. And now I'm going to go a little bit over the line and create this heart shape. It's like if you had a heart in here, you see? And indeed, this shape is very useful for coloring the lips. You will see in a moment why I am telling you this. Okay, yeah. Something like this. And erase. Erase what you don't want to appear. And also I can do the same in here. And yeah, something like this. And erase again the things we don't want. Okay, yeah, something like that. Well, I also can make another adjustment, that is doing this and little curve over there. There we have juicy lips, kissable lips. I mean, if you're in love with anyone, it really doesn't matter the shape of their lips, because you love that person and you want to kiss. But I myself, my very specific kind of lips, the ones I feel attracted by, are juicy lips. This kind of big, big bold lips. And more where when girls use this gloss, I think that's the name of the product, that they look so shiny. It attracts me too much. Okay, so the same thing. Let's add another layer below our sketch layer, and I'm going to use now maybe some this color, kind of pink color, and let's try to fill completely inside our sketch. reduce the size of my brush. Everything I have done in this video, it's with my soft airbrush. So if you can see, you don't necessarily need special brushes, custom brushes, brushes you have to pay for, or very specific brushes. I mean, you can use them, but they're not so necessary. You can do it with a simple soft airbrush. Okay, I'm going to alpha lock this one, and I'm going to create a clipping mask over this one, and I'm going to use my blue color, something like this, something I don't know, purple maybe. And in the last category, luminosity, I think it is in English, I don't know how it is, I'm going to do a first thing. Commonly, the upper lip is gonna be darker than the lower lip. It doesn't have to do with the color of the lipstick. It has to do with the direction of the light. So if we have the light above us, something like this, okay, it doesn't. Let me have another over here. So the lips are like in this position, something like this. Okay. So if we have the light over here, here a shadow is produced because the light is traveling in this manner. So this lip, the lower lip, it will receive some light, and the upper lip won't receive the light. Okay, so this is why the upper lip will appear to be darker than the lower lip. Okay, same thing, let's smooth it out, something like that. And I'm going to take advantage to create some shadows over here, a little bit darker, because this part is the part that is going to the sides of the face and is receiving less light than the front part. And also there are some makeup tendencies in which girls, they used to create these shadows with makeup in order to give the illusion of bold lips, yeah, something like that. And in here, okay. And I think I'm gonna create another layer, also in luminosity, but I'm going to take out the clipping mask, and no, this one is clipping mask, this one is not. What happened? Oh, I know. Okay, clipping mask, and in this one I'm going to create also this shadow that is going under the lips. And smooth it. Right. Okay, so now let's go for the lights. And I'm going to go for red color, pretty desaturated, something almost white. And I'm going to apply some lights in here. Okay. Now I want another layer, normal layer, and I'm going to apply this white outlining. That is not part of the makeup, but is part of the border of the upper lip, and this border is commonly, it contains some natural oils produced by the skin, and that's what make the lips shine in this part. I'm going to erase in the sketch this upper line. Okay. And I think I'm going to go back to this layer. I'm going to take again my purple color, and I'm going to create some depth in here. Now a brush that is coming by default in Procreate in this category, this one in here, is this light brush. So I'm gonna take it and I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to take this pink color and do something like this. I think bigger. So if you see, it creates kind of a neon effect that comes pretty good for hard lights. I'm going to take this color . Okay, I think here in my sketch there are some parts I still can erase. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so now I think everything's done. going to add another layer, copy the background color, and just fill in the layer so I can merge all of these layers. And there we have. Now I can, well, previously to do all of that, I still can take the base color and go to adjustments and change the color of the lips. Also, we will have to change the color of the hard lights we have in there, but I think this one is fine. More saturated, maybe darker. Nope. Something like that. Okay. Before it changes and changes. I don't know, I think I like it more like that. And another thing I can do is in here I can add an overlay mask and pure black with soft airbrush that is also coming by default in Procreate, and make everything more obscure and saturated this side. Also the shadow that is produced under the upper lip. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so now I can merge all of this down. And there we have. Okay, so now there we have all of the facial features, and I hope you liked the video. If so, please leave your comments, your thumbs up, share with someone, subscribe to my channel. It is completely free and I have very few subscribers, so that way you can help me a lot. And telling me that this is something I can still share with you, and people are interested on this kind of videos. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.